What's up, people? What's up, people? This is your boy, and this is Rikers Island Stories, aka the K Solo Show. You already know. Listen, I've been telling your people that I was gonna say a story that happened. Sorry about that. A story that happened back in '93 or 94. I don't remember. It been a while back. So this story is about Fat Joe. Okay, I know you guys been wondering what's going on, why I have been telling the story, but I'm gonna tell it to you now. Okay, Fat Joe in '93, '94 was not popular, not that popular. I mean, he had the song out already. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo, something like that. Here we go, here we go, here we go, yo, or Fat Joe, yo, something like that. Um, First of all, when I first saw Fat Joe's album, that my man's told me, yeah, he's Puerto Rican and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We got a Puerto Rican in the house doing his rapping thing. I didn't know nothing about Fat Joe, nothing like that. So over the 2, 3 years that's passed by, I already knew about Fat Joe. Okay. Fat Joe is from a part of the Bronx named, if I'm not mistaken, it's named Liberty Avenue or Liberty Ave, something like that. That's where Fat Joe was raised at, or his family was living there, or he was living there. I know he was living there, because he said it a couple times in his records that he's from Liberty Ave. He shouted out Liberty Ave. Now, in 92, 93, 94, there was a big movements of gangs. You had the Latin Kings that was out there. There was the most dominant gang out there at that time from 91 to 92 to 93, 94. When the Bloods came out in 93, that's when she started getting hectic. But this is, Bloods was out there, but there was not that much. There was, at that time in the island, there was out big time outnumbered, and there was, let's keep it real. A lot of Bloods know this, that if the old Bloods know this, that they was hiding under becoming Muslims. They used to say there was Muslims, and next thing you know, when they got together with 2, 3 Bloods, the true color came out, and all of a sudden there was Bloods. And we stepped to the Muslims many times, and we told them about this. So, that's another show, man. That's a Rikers Island show that I will be saying one day. I will be bringing that out. So, at that time, Zulu Nation, the Nietas. I know you heard of the Nietas. Zulu Nation, Latin Kings was out there. Plus, you had the Dominican Power. And you had a bunch of crews coming out of nowhere starting their thing. You know what I'm saying? The crew movements was coming back out. It was something like in the 80s, like the 83, 84, actually 82, 83, 84, when the crews started coming out. You had a lot of crews. That's when Zulu Nation came out. The Ball Busters, Hughes Boys, THB. These are big time crews that we call crew back in that time. But deep down inside, it was gangs. They came out. But now, when the Latin Kings came out, that they started coming out in the streets, it was a big thing. And a lot of people were seeing that, so of course a lot of people want to follow, and a lot of people opened up gangs, and they started making their own gangs. So the gang movements came out. Zulu Nation tried to come out, they tried to make a comeback. One time, that was in the school. It happened in the school. There was this Latin King. He was going to school, and it was around Castle Hill, shit like that, where Fat Joe's from. And I remember I wasn't there that day. That day I was not there. But what I heard was that these guys that I believe they had green, black, and yellow or something like that color beads, and they were from Trinity Ave. And they were saying that Fat Joe was the godfather of that crew. Fat Joe was holding them down. He was like the godfather, like the undercover boss. You feel me? So And at that time, there was a Latin King that was going to school. He was doing his thing, and some shit happened. He got jumped. He got jumped by the Trinidad, by the Trinidad crew, whatever. I know it was Trinidad, the Trinidad Avenue crew, some shit like that, man. I'm mistaken with the Avenue or whatever, but I know it was Trinidad. The same block. It's a block in the Bronx that is named that. That's the name of the block. The block in the Bronx. Excuse me, guys. That's the name of the block. I mean, that's the name of the block that they was representing, and it was Fat Joe's peoples. So they jumped that king. They jumped him. And once they jumped him, that's it. I mean, you don't got, it's all over. You already know what's going to happen. So the following week, I was there. We went to the school where they jumped that Latin king at. Boom. What happened? There was like 20 of them out there. And there was only like about 9, like 20 of them, and there was like about 9 of us, or maybe 9 to 11 of us. Let me tell you, bro, we beat the shit out these dudes, all right? I mean, we cleaned house with these dudes. These dudes ran and left their boys behind. That's how pussies these guys was, man. And all of a sudden, they changed their colors. Now from black and red and green, they changed it to another fucking color. So, and we caught them again. I mean, this was going on for a couple of weeks. We was catching these dudes, beating the shit out of them. I mean, it was bad. I'm talking about it was bad, B. One time they called Fat Joe and talking about, yo, Fat Joe, we have problems with the Latin Kings, and we need some heavy guns. You know what I'm saying? That was because Fat Joe at that time had a little paper. He didn't have the paper they got now, because like I said, this is 93, 94. He didn't have the paper they has now. So I think Fat Joe put up for them, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you're repping my block, you know what I'm saying? You're repping me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they wanted Fat Joe, like I said, Fat Joe, I believe, was the godfather. He was like the main guy of that crew. But, I don't know what's up with Fat Joe. I mean, he should have been smart enough not to say, something, these guys are bigger than you guys. Let's cut this shit down, ask for a peace treaty. No. The shit went on for months, bro, and for like a couple months, like for about 6-7 months, I know we just kept whipping these guys. I mean, we kept whipping them, and they kept coming back. I gotta give it to them. They kept coming back. Even though they used to come and have, every week, bro, they used to change their colors, because we knew what color bees they had, we knew where they was hanging out at. And it was like an everyday thing, man, that it was fucked up. We was whipping on these boys bad. Bam! Zulu Nation comes out of nowhere. They wanted to have a meeting. They wanted to have a meeting with the Latin Kings, the crew that Fat Joe had, the Fat Joe crew, I call them the Fat Joe crew, fuck it, and Zulu Nation. Us three, Latin Kings, Zulu Nation, and Fat Joe's crew, the Trinidad Avenue, whatever. It happened. The meeting happened, bro. And let me tell you something. We almost killed Fat Joe that day. Because, simple reason, he thought it couldn't happen, bro. Everything was going good, man. Everything was going fucking good. The Zulu Nation stood up. They made a speech. Yo, blah, blah, we supposed to stand united and blah, blah. And we were feeling what the Zulu Nation was saying. We didn't want no more problems with these guys, because these guys was like, they was wrecked. I'm being honest with you. They became wrecked, bro. They became fucking wrecked. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, a couple of Trinidadians over there. Let's go get them. We could go over there, whip them up, and just come back and laugh about it. All right. What happened? We had that meeting. Everything was fucking beautiful, man. Fat Joe, it's time for the Latin Kings to speak. Zulu Nation spoke. The Nieta spoke. Latin King, the Trinidad spoke. And Fat Joe spoke. For Fat Joe was like, yo, my peoples don't want no more problems. Let's cut this shit out. We're supposed to be together. And everything was beautiful what Fat Joe was saying, man. But I don't understand why he came up with some stupid shit at the end. Now, There's a Latin queen that she got mad respect, bro. Her name is Queen Suma. She hold it down, son. She did 10 years, yo. She did 10 years and hold it down. There 10 years, and God bless her, she came home. And she was beautiful. But this is, before that. So Queen Suma is gonna represent the Latin King. So she gets on the stage and she starts talking. Blah, la, 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 listen, Latin Kings, yo, we're gonna stop this, for the simple reason that we all together. This is a Bronx thing. We don't want no more problems with you guys. We respect Fat Joe as a Puerto Rican rapper. And Queen Suma was dropping jewels. She was dropping jewels at the Zulu nations, the Nietas, the Kings. And even his own crew, even Fat Joe's crew was like, yo, she know what she's talking about. But here comes Fat Joe with his open fucking mouth and he fucked everything up, man. And Fat Joe, I love Fat Joe because, I love him because he plain and simple, he's a Puerto Rican. He's the only Puerto Rican right now that we got that's repping. 69, remember 69 is not fully Puerto Rican. He's Mexican and Puerto Rican. And he gets me a little mad sometimes because he only says he's Mexican. I don't understand why he don't try to rep Puerto Rican, bro. That's what gets me mad about 69. One of the main things. So Fat Joe came out and tried to interrupt Suma and took the microphone off of Suma, bro, while Suma was talking. That's a fucking no-no, B. What happened, bro? I was there that day. Me, like about 10 other Latin Kings, bro. We got up and we rushed the fucking stage, getting ready to go at Fat Joe. We was gonna tear him apart. Tear him apart. What did he do? And this is a true fucking story, bro. Anybody that was there that will tell you. That nigga ran behind behind the Zulu nations. If it was not because of the Zulu nations, if it was not because of Zulu, we would have tear him apart, bro. I'm talking about tear him apart. Because first of all, she was a high-ranking Latin queen, bro. She was more ranking than some of the guys. You feeling me? So, yo, it was this close, man. This close he had. And he copped the plea. He copped a serious fucking plea, bro. And I remember when Queen Suma was in this nigga's face like this, literally going like this to him, bro. And he didn't do shit. Fat Joe did not do nothing. And let me tell you, he had mad people. It was in front of his motherfucking area. It was in his turf where we did the meeting. And actually, there was only like about 20 Latin Kings. There was like 40 fucking Trinidadians. I mean, not Trinidadian, let me rephrase that. There was like 20 Trinidad, the Trinidad Ab crew, Fat Joe's crew. There was like about 40 of them. Plus another 25 or 30 of Fat Joe's boys. You know what I'm saying? That time they had no terror squad. And these dudes, Fat Joe, backed the fuck up, big. And his crew left him. His crew left him to the wolves, son. I'm serious. I think if we would have jumped Fat Joe, his crew would have not done nothing. His crew would have not done nothing. This is what goes on, man, because people that swears that they known and swear that they got a couple of records out, swear that nothing can happen. And it could happen, B. It could happen. Especially at that time that Fat Joe was not platinum. He didn't have Big Punt. He didn't have none of these guys, B. Pistol Pete was still locked up. He didn't have none of these guys. All he had was a couple of soldiers. And there was like about 25 of them, B. Like 25 of his group and like 30 or 40 of his crew, of his gang, the gang that was representing Fat Joe. Trinity Avenue. That's the proper way, Trinity Avenue. Son, I swear to God, once again, if it was not for Zulu Nation, bro, these dudes would have been twisted. Fat Joe would have been twisted. And they would have been in the news, Latin Kings killed Fat Joe or hurt Fat Joe. I swear to God, man. It was crazy. I mean, there's a lot more to it. And I don't want to bring it. I don't want to say that Fat Joe punked out. But he was scared. I ain't going to lie. He was scared. You can see it in his eyes. Or two. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to finish the rest of the story. I'm gonna finish the rest of the story tonight because I want to tell you another thing that what happened to him also. You know, first of all, at one time I heard that Fat Joe became a Latin King when he was locked up. This is what I heard. That Fat Joe became a Latin King, came home, didn't become a Latin King no more. He dropped the Latin King, the gold, the black and gold, and became a 5%er. He called himself God Body. So either Fat Joe is a 5%er, or what is he? Being honest with you, some of his record, Joe the God. So I don't know if Fat Joe is 5% or what, man. And if he is, hey, he is. But, you know, let it be known, bro. Let it be known. You understand what I'm saying, Fat Joe? You know, I don't got no problem with Fat Joe. Like I said, I believe he's gifted. He's a gifted rapper. He represents the Puerto Ricans, and I love him for that. But one thing he gotta do, man, he gotta represent, man. He gotta do the right thing by Christopher Rio, man. He gotta do something for Big Pun's son. Even though Big Pun's son is doing it on his own, but he gotta do something for Big Pun's son. Come on, he owed it to his father. He owes it to Punt, bro. And another rapper that I don't understand, man. I don't understand why nobody had signed him. And I love this rapper, man. And that's Armageddon. Armageddon, B. I believe he's gifted. And I also know he wrote songs for Fat Joe. Mad songs he wrote for Fat Joe. And Big Pun also wrote for Fat Joe and taught Joe how to write. Fat Joe even says that. That's what I like about Fat Joe, that he admits that. He admits that Punt taught him. Was Punt better than him? 1,000 times. 1,000 times. And I keep saying it now. If Punt would have been out right now, Terror Squad would have been Punt right now. Fat Joe, I don't think we're Fat. Matter of fact, Cuban Link would have still been there. Triple Set would have still been there. Mad Dudes would have still been there. That was repping with Terror Squad when Big Pun was there. That who's not there no more because of Fat Joe. Fat Joe, I love you once again, man. You're, like I said, but sometimes I believe you're an envy brother. You, brother, don't like to see nobody atop. Look at Remy Martin. Remy Martin was making a crazy name for her. What happened? You started some shit with Papoose, and what? You cut her off. She went upstate, did her little 10 joints, came back out. You needed some new material, and she was out there, and I'm pretty sure she wrote for you, and you put her back in with Terror Squad. It's not only when you need, Joe. It's not only when you need, man. And that's the thing that I hear a lot about you. Yeah, you supporting 30 people. You supporting 30 people, your family. But what's up with the people down the streets, Joe? What's up with the giving back to the Bronx, Joe? I never heard of anything you giving back to the Bronx, Joe. Nothing. I mean, do the right thing, Joe. Get back to your peoples, man. Get back to your Puerto Rican people. Get back to the Dominicans. Get back to the blacks. Get back to everybody that buying your records, man. You know, because remember, without us, Joe, you would never had no mansion in Miami. You would never had no stores in New York. Because we the one that buys your records. We the one that buys your shit in Instagram and whatever the fuck we buy your shit, Google or whatever we buy your shit. Wherever they got your songs selling at, we buy it. So it's only right if you give up, man. Give us some of that money, Joe. And look out for the peoples, man. Especially Big Punt's son, who I call Baby Punt. All right? Listen, this is your boy Solo. Like I said, I had to tell you guys this story because I was thinking about saying this story, but I didn't want Fat Joe to feel bad that he had a faggot-ass crew that used to change their colors every fucking week. And if anybody ever heard about that, please let me know. Please let me know if you heard about this shit. The Latin Kings beating up his crew every fucking week. Every week we used to take their fucking colors and they just change their colors, bro. It was like a fucking rainbow already. That's how many times they had to change the colors, man. And Fat Joe was the main dude. He was the main dude of that crew, so I don't want to hear it. All right? So Fat Joe, you know I know. So anyway, yo, this is once again Big Solo telling you a true story. And tonight I got a story about Rikers Island. Yes, I finally got one from Rikers Island. You know, sometimes I like to throw Rikers Island stories, but not too much because, you know, sometimes I don't want to throw myself in the fire. Believe me, guys, you guys gotta respect that. And there was a lot more to that story about the Fat Joe shit that what we did after that meeting. And matter of fact, some of them got smacked up that day too. I was gonna not keep that there, but some of the Trinidadians got smacked up that day too. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a little loose because they thought that Fat Joe was gonna do something big. And what happened was that he got between the fucking Sulu Nations, and some of these niggas got smacked up that day. And then they wanted peace again. And that's when we said the only peace you guys got is they gotta dismiss that gang. We closed them down. And if Fat Joe is a man of his words, and I know he is, he will say the truth. We closed them down. Alright? This is K Solo. And this is the motherfucking Rikers Island Stories, aka the K Solo Show. You know where I'm at. Find me in motherfucking Creston. Find me in motherfucking Allington. Find me in motherfucking Wharton. Find me in motherfucking Brook. Find me in Hunts Point. Man, when you find anywhere in the Bronx, you find me. Find me in Manhattan, Midtown. Find me in Spanish Harlem. Find me in Gates in Brooklyn. Find me in Miller Street in Brooklyn. Flatbush. I be all over New York, baby. The only place I don't go to is Queens, because I don't fuck with Queens. Not at all. Alright, guys, once again, K Solo, Rikers Island Story, aka the K Solo Show. Holla, press that button, don't be scared. It's not gonna electrocute you, man. It's not going to electrocute you. Okay? Actually, if you touch the button, you might have an orgasm. Bah! I see you guys later, guys. Bye, yo.